calling there. I think I might have touched 40. Yo, what's up? Duff here. Yeah, here I am. Out on a ride on the V13, as you just saw. Unfortunately, I have to admit that I didn't keep my promise. Aww. And you may ask, okay, what are you talking about, Duff? What didn't you keep? Well, if you saw the live stream last Friday night, 2 Fridays ago, I wound up the live stream saying I absolutely promised that I am going to go out on a ride that weekend. And you know what? I didn't. My plans were to ride on Sunday, and Sunday came and it was a rainy day. It was probably raining up until, I don't know, mid-afternoon. And by the time it stopped raining, I was involved in other stuff, so I didn't ride. I didn't ride last weekend. But I am now. And I'm riding in some extreme heat. At least for May, what is today? May 11th? Feels pretty damn hot to me, man. It's mid to upper 80s and humid as heck. Very, very humid. So we're gonna go out for a ride. We're gonna try to keep moving to keep the temperature bearable and continue from there. We're cutting through the church parking lot. Hopefully that's okay. Hopefully I can ride through here even if I'm not attending church services. You're probably like, whoa. Duff, you're sitting down. You're sitting down. Yeah, the V13 is the only wheel I can sit down on comfortably. And that's one of the reasons I took it out today, because I wanted to get some seated riding in. Combination of it being a 22-inch wheel and me having the pedal lowering bracket kit that I installed on this thing makes riding seated on this wheel a reality for me, which is not a reality for me for any other wheels that I own. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to ride seated. On this wheel, at least. Not so much fun on other wheels, but on this wheel, it's fun. Look at me, Mom. Look at me. Oh, happy Mother's Day, by the way. Unfortunately, my mom passed away back in 2014, but for those of you that their mom's still around, give her a hug. Tell her how much you love her and how much you appreciate everything she's done to make you who you are today. Mentioned how hot it is today. Yesterday was equally hot. I went out and played some pickleball in the morning, a couple hours, something like that, and man, oh man, I was dead at the end of it. I was, when I got home, I didn't take a nap, but that's all I wanted to do all afternoon was take a nap, because I just felt like my gas tank was empty. It was fun though, fun to play. Played with Brian, the guy that I played in the tournament with back in October. First time we've played together since then, and we did well, so yeah, it's always fun to play with Brian. So my game plan here is to ride around a bit and culminate with a stop at Wawa to grab something for lunch. That's my big plans for this ride. Very exciting. Cruising like 32 right now without even trying. It is nice not having the wind drag when you're in the seated position that I have when I'm standing up. Definitely nice. Another thing you may notice is this footage is actually in 60 frames per second. I realized that I've been wanting to put it at 60 frames per second for a long time. Never got around to it. And then I went to go to do it and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot how to even do it. And you have to, like, if you just have a GoPro out of the box, you can't access changing the frame rate. You have to turn on advanced menus and then you can do it. So yeah, I didn't realize that. I do now. So yeah, this footage is in 60 frames per second, which I think works out a lot better when you're doing something with a lot of background movement like riding in EUC. So 60 frames per second from here on out. I'm sure you're very excited to hear that. It's too bad that Greenway is not any longer. I'm on, what am I on? Oh, I'm on radio now. Shit. Radio doesn't have a bike lane. I just realized. So I think I'm gonna turn back. I think I'm gonna turn back and get back on Davis and go up Davis. Because I want to ride seated, but I don't want to ride seated if I don't even have a bike lane. That would be kind of stupid. And any other wheel, what happens on other wheels is, they're too short, and then my lower body reaches the point where tension takes over, and the knees don't want to bend anymore. And I'm just kind of like hovering over the surface of the unicycle, which isn't a very good feeling, and also doesn't help much for stability. So yeah, it's just so easy for me. We're gonna pass an e-biker here, man. Watch this. Oh yeah, I took him out, man. Took him out. We're hauling there. I think I might have touched 40 on that straightaway back there. V13 is just a lot of fun for me now that I can sit on it well on open road. Now on Davis Boulevard. I don't ride these roads nearly as much as I used to. Ride bike lanes with traffic as much as I used to. But I do still do it on occasion. I'm just careful. So I heard that Inmotion released a new version of firmware for the P6, and supposedly it's getting widespread praise from the community that they love the way it makes the wheel feel, saying it's it made a good thing a great thing, and I already thought it was a great thing from when I rode it. So if it's even better now, that's great. I guess a lot of it has to do with responsiveness, easier to accelerate, supposedly helps a lot with wobbles as well. Less wobbling. I'm not quite sure how they work that into a firmware, but yeah, universal praise. So once again, good job, Inmotion. If you're thinking about buying an Inmotion wheel, hey, there is a link in the description below if you want to support the channel that way. Feel free. I was just standing for that brief segment, and man, I'm hitting a bad headwind, and it's way better seated than standing up, for sure. I am kind of a sail when I'm standing. I saw Marty did a video. He's done several comparisons between the X-Max and the P6. And what was his most recent video? X-Max, P6, and I think a Sherman L. They're basically comparing the three of them. And it's interesting. It seems like the Sherman L actually has been like the range king as far as how it's doing, even though it has a smaller battery than both the P6 and the X-Max. Nice driving there, buddy. This Sherman L, range-wise, has been doing the best, which is kind of cool. Cameron Massey did a video, a 200-mile ride, him and some buddies of his did. And one of the wheels in that collection, again, was a Sherman L. And again, it did great when it came to efficiency per watt hour. It really, really did a good job. So, yeah, if you don't want to spend the kind of money and you're a range guy, Sherman L is a solid investment for sure. I wish I was filming there. I saw a lady coming out of this parking lot, and before she was even up at the stop sign, I'm like, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention? Because I could tell she wasn't. And she just kept looking this direction. And then she pulls out, and then she sees me, and she goes, oh! See, are you paying attention, buddy? Probably not. I mean, this is the issue with when you ride against traffic, because it's one way this way, so they're just concerned with traffic that way, and they're not necessarily looking this way. So you do have to be aware of that situation. Here's a guy on an e-bike flying. No bike lane, wow. Those e-bikes can be pretty darn fast. I am now making the beeline to Wawa to get my lunch, where I'm sure I'll get lots of strange looks. Always do. Then replay there again. Someone come rushing out, looking to the left, not looking to the right. I have to say, since I moved here, I really do love Wawa as well. Not like a Dunkin' Donuts type of love, but I do love Wawa. Sub secured safely in my cargo pants pocket. Thinking about doing one more up and down lap on the greenway. Maybe not, I don't know. Kind of tough with the sub. I'd rather eat my sub. Yeah, I have to tell you guys, I mean, if you're a taller guy like me, I mean, this is just like the ultimate seated riding machine. The combination of it being a 22-inch wheel, the pedals being dropped, the Clark Pad fairing kit that gives you a real good handle, grip handle to like pull your butt up and to just make yourself feel locked in when you're riding seated. It's so good for me. It really is. It's fun to get out. Again, I apologize for not keeping my promise from the last live stream. I'm usually a big fan of keeping promises, but I didn't keep that one. But yeah, I think that's all I got for now. If you made it to the end of the stream, you can let me know by putting in the comments hashtag V13 seat. That'll let me know you made it to the end of the stream. A big thanks to my channel members. My last live stream, Simon chipped in and bought another 5 gifted memberships to get me over 30. I think I have 31 channel members right now, which is much appreciated. Simon's always treated me very well. Current channel members, right there. Thank you for your support. Channel membership is a small cost, but you do get some nice benefits from it, including early release of videos. Channel members will get this video prior to everybody else. I think that's all I got. If you have any comments, suggestions, or thoughts about the ride, please put them down here. I try to read and respond to everyone, if at all possible. But other than that, that's all I got. I hope you had a great weekend. Right now it's Sunday afternoon, a very hot Sunday afternoon. Hope your week's great, and till next time, Duffman out. Seated. I forgot to mention, did get up to 40 miles an hour seated on this thing, and it didn't feel scary at all. Such a good combo.